This is Toledo Symphony Lab, a behind-the-scenes look at the world of classical music from WGTE Public Media and your Toledo Symphony. I'm Brad Cresswell. Joining me today are the Toledo Symphony's music director, Alain Trudel, our principal second violin and artistic administrator, Merwin Sue, and the TSO's marketing director, Felicia Canny. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We are talking today about something very important, just barely announced, and that is the new season, the 76th anniversary season of Toledo Symphony. A lot of exciting stuff going on. This begins in fall of 2019 and runs through the season into 2020. And we're going to talk about a lot of the different programs and the different guest artists that are going to be coming in this season. But I thought instead of like going through it like a laundry list, that it would be fun to try to play like a little game to make our way through the season.
Super.
But before we do that, we should talk about the opening concert, because that is a big, important concert. That is this wonderful Mahler symphony that you have going on. I know that you have, such an affection and an affinity for Mahler, Alain, and I'm wondering if you can sort of set the scene for how the season's going to open up for us.
Absolutely. So we're doing a Mahler cycle, and every year we're going to play one or maybe more at some point. And we were going to finish this current season, with the Resurrection Symphony. And I thought of finishing the season with that one and then opening the next season with a Mahler Symphony.
Yeah.
And we're going to open with the fifth, which is actually the symphony that he kind of tried to get closer to Alma, right? His wife-to-be at some point with that Adagietto movement that's super well-known, the fourth movement. We've seen it in so many
love
movies.
letter, sort of in music.
Yeah, so for me, of course, as a brass player, it's one of my favorite symphonies.
Yeah.
And even non-brass. I mean, this is a very important symphony. It's an important symphony for me also in my life. The second and the fifth are the first two symphonies of Mahler that I've come across, that I came across, and also it was life-changing. So I hope people will feel the same kind of the emotion that they had there.
Doing a Mahler cycle, it's sort of like movies, where you have the films and their sequels. It is a saga in symphony.
I agree, because it's basically, it changes a little bit, but it's the language, and it's, he says each work, each piece, each symphony is a universe, but the whole repertoire, the whole symphonies of Mahler are also one universe. Yeah. It's like you have different constellations, but they're all part of the same universe there. And it's, anyway, it's just a continuity. And for people who will love the second, they will come, and fifth, it's a continuity, a little bit of that.
Yeah, totally. Well, I want to get into some of the other concerts, and the way that I have set this up is that I got the brochure from Felicia. She sent it to me, and I printed out all the pages, and I took the pages that actually talk about different series and different concerts and what have you, and I folded them all up and I put them in this box.
Ooh.
Right here.
Oh, nice.
What the box is.
And I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and then we're going to go around and we take a page out, we see what it is, and we talk about it. So here,
This
Alain,
is
you grab
fantastic.
a page.
Okay, I'm grabbing a page.
Grab a page out of the box. Don't look.
No, I'm not looking.
Unfold it, see what it is.
Okay. It's Mahler 6, 7, 8, and 9. No, wait. It's our thank you. It's our pop series.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes.
Hang on. Okay, tell us about the pop series.
Okay, the pop series starts with a Pixar in concert, which I have to say that I told my wife a little bit about it, even though we're under embargo, and she went, "This is great! I'm going to that." And you bring your kids, and it's all your favorite characters from Toy Stories and Cars and all the lovely things you love from Pixar.
This is like Pixar. A Disney thing,
yeah,
right?
It's a Disney thing. Yep, even comes with a Disney conductor.
Oh.
Wow, an animated Disney conductor?
No. Well, maybe it's very animated
is
when you conduct.
Leopold Stokowski, by any chance?
Or how dare would you bring people back like that?
Yeah.
I remember I actually saw this show in Columbus a few years ago, and I took my 3-year-old at that time, and I've never seen her so enthralled.
Yeah.
It's all your favorite moments from
Okay, he's
Pixar.
got a few more concerts there, so let's...
I know, but I love Pixar so much.
So for the people who love the show we did with our guest from Hamilton.
Yes, Leslie Odom Jr.
Yeah, they will absolutely love to see Renée Elise Goldsberry.
Yeah.
She's the one who played Angelica Schuyler in it, and she had a big following, of course. Fantastic musician. We'll have an evening of all kinds of music, not just naturally from Broadway, but jazz and Broadway, from Rent to The Lion King, all kinds of music. Oh, one favorite of mine is Aubrey Logan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's an amazing singer, songwriter, and trombone player. This is something that's really interesting for us because she does songs like from the hip hop or pop songs, or all kinds of songs that you don't imagine being done in kind of a how would you say
like a vintage 20s,
like
30s style.
Like kind of a throwback sort of style.
Yeah, exactly. And I know she's really amazing. A big following. I discovered her like on Facebook. I don't even know her. We just wrote
really?
to her. Yeah. That's our reality.
Hey, I'm on Facebook.
Do you play trombone?
Nobody ever just contacts me and is like, "Hey, you want to come play a concert?"
Once I did an entire European tour on Facebook. So somebody said, "Oh yeah, we'd like to have you." I heard that this guy is hiring you.
Yeah.
I know, it's weird, huh?
The power of social media.
I know, it's something. So then we have a concert that's called The Evolution of Dance. And it's with, what's it called?
Fly Dance Company out of Houston.
Yeah, Fly Dance Company. And we're going to go through the evolution of dance from the last 150 years. It will go right up to hip-hop and breakdance, all kinds of things. Then we have a tribute to Louis Armstrong. That's actually by popular demand with Byron Stripling.
Yeah.
And this will be amazing. And to finish our pop series, we have a Second City with Colin Mockery. Now,
we need a little Canadian content on every series. Yeah. Everybody's favorite funny Canadian Colin Mockery.
No, Second City. I mean, how does that work then? Is he hosting it, or is he performing, or what?
Well, it's a mix of both. It's kind of
he's bringing his trombone.
He's probably going to bring his clarinet,
or his kazoo. Who knows?
He's very, very funny. He's like. Yeah. He's like the guy you never thought would be funny when you see him arrive on stage and you're going to say, what's going to happen? And 2 minutes later you go, oh my God. And I had the great privilege of doing, actually, I did what we're doing in one of the concerts of that season. One will pick up another piece of paper. I'll tell you which piece I've done with it. Yeah, exactly.
No spoilers.
It's difficult. Well, of course, Second City, from Chicago, a lot of people came out of there and went on to do Saturday Night Live and very well known. So it's a lot of people will recognize a lot of the humor in that, but it's basically a light classic, light pop show, and that Colin will host, and I think he will do a lot of trouble in it also.
A lot of trouble.
Great, yeah.
So this is our pop.
That's our pop series. Let's move on to another one here, Felicia. Let me rattle up the box. Go ahead and grab. Don't look at it. Just take one. Leave it there for Merwin when he's next. No, okay. You can't take one and put it back.
Oh, I will. Can I sift through these?
No way.
What is this?
Okay, what do you want to talk about next? Open that up. Let's see what it is.
It's on fire.
Oh. Ooh, on fuego.
Yes.
Wait. Is it this one?
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got the music. Go ahead.
So in February of 2020, we will bring back Carmina Burana.
Excellent.
But this, we've done this before, but this we're bringing, we're adding choreography to it. And it's going to be with epic chorus, epic orchestra, and dance. As you know, now we are the Toledo Alliance for the Performing Arts. It's a great opportunity to showcase all of our strengths in one program.
So you're gonna exercise that dance arm of the collaboration.
Oh yes, definitely.
It's all of the limbs, really. It's not just
all of the limbs.
You're gonna set them all on fire.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be epic. I love that word, epic.
Epic, yes.
The epic Toledo Symphony.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And actually, you want to, Trudell want to mention a piece that is...
I'm calling you Trudell from now on.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I feel like you need like a jersey.
Okay. So seriously, there's to open the program, bring the music of one of my very dear one of our very dear composers, passed away quite a few years ago, but his name was Claude Vivier. And I've been looking for an opportunity to program one of his pieces called Orion and Orion, of course. Right. And the program's going to start with that just before Carmina Burana, and people will discover a whole other sonic and the word of imagination, and it's going to be really a nice piece.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, Merwin, grab one out of that box. See what you got.
Well, this gives me a chance to talk about the dance series. We are the Toledo Alliance of the Performing Arts. We've really enjoyed our partnership with the Toledo Ballet so far in terms of coming up with these wonderful ways which we can integrate dance into our series, and with not just our Masterworks series, but really across multiple series.
This is a new series, right? I mean, it's something that's new because of this TAPA relationship.
Yes, we're taking kind of different elements from our different previous performing series and kind of highlighting some of these, for example, like the evolution of dance we already talked about with the Pop series. Carmina Burana, we also mentioned. We're going to be performing Stravinsky's Petrushka with choreography.
Wow.
And we're doing a wonderful collaboration between our family series and the Toledo Ballet Spring production. They're going to be doing Prokofiev's Peter and the Wolf.
I love it.
It's been in their docket for a little while. And so that's something that Michael Lang's going to be doing all new choreography for.
Are you doing it with a narrator or? Because I'm available if you are.
We'll check your Facebook.
Send me a Facebook.
Yes. I will be eagerly awaiting by my Facebook message app.
Okay, so we go back around?
Yeah, we'll take it back around.
Okay,
Going back around.
I'll shake it a bit.
Shake up the box.
Okay.
See what you get there.
I don't know. What did I get?
Trudeau.
I'm getting... Oh, I have Masterworks.
Oh, well, there are a few different Masterworks.
Some of the Masterworks, yeah, because we've talked about the Mahler Fifth. We talked about Carmina Burana. What I have there? Oh, yeah, the second part of the Masterworks.
Oh, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, all right. For our listeners, this is what a sharp 11 is used for. So, if you do trivia. Okay, so we have...
music theory, I think.
So, love songs with a great baritone, Sidney Outlaw. Can't wait to introduce him to our audience here. He's
great this singer. Is the concert that you gave us a little tidbit of.
Exactly.
Before,
yeah, exactly. And this is actually a concert I had on the books for this season, but we had, we had too many ideas, so I couldn't wait to. This is the first one we put in the next season, which was Brahms' Fourth Symphony, Lily Boulanger of Sad Evening, and Songs of the Wayfarer from Mahler. So Mahler in this one too. It happens. It's called Love Songs. And we also have, Merwin touched on it, Petrushka by Stravinsky, which is something our players wanted to do for a very long time. They've done it before, but it's one of the pieces people have been asking a lot. And I put La Valse by Ravel, and a brand new piece by Christopher Dietz, who was composer of the first piece I ever conducted here on my tenure. It's called Origin Story. And we have the Spanish Espectacular with the Manuel de Falla, the three-cornered hat, and with a good friend of mine, Ricardo Casero, conductor of La Reina d'Aragon Orchestra, is going to come over and after the long winter, we're going to have some really nice, warm and Spanish feeling with the players of Spanish brass also. Very, very nice brass quintet.
I don't know if a lot of listeners know this, but of course they think of you as French Canadian, but you also spent a long time in Barcelona.
Yeah, I spent some time in Barcelona, and I worked a lot in the South America and Mexico also. Yeah, so I'm a great
a Spanish Latino pedigree going on there.
Un poco. And we finished the season with The Ring, but without words. So it's
opera singers don't take offense
or take a break.
Do take a break. Yeah,
it's how could I say, a synthesis of it that's only an hour and a half instead of being 4 days. And it's basically the whole thing from beginning to end. It's like a condensed story, and it's really in an hour and a half. And it has all the instruments you can imagine that they have: the bass trumpet, the Wagnerian tuba.
Oh yeah.
It's really all the music of Wagner, but put together in a way. It's like a best of. You take the 17 hours and you make an hour and a half of it of packed action.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, if you're the kind of person that likes to go hear the symphony at full blast and have it just kind of wash over you, this is your concert.
Absolutely,
right? Yeah. Okay, now I can applaud. I thought you were done earlier. I wasn't just applauding.
You're like, wow.
Here, I'm gonna pick one out myself here. Let's see if I can find one because Felicia likes to go through them and find the one that she likes.
Oh yeah, this is
before she opens it up.
thing.
Let's see what we got here. We'll put that back. Let's try another.
Hey, Felicia technique.
We only have
the Felicia technique.
We only have a certain amount of time. Well, this is sort of you actually had talked about this, the family series, Halloween Spectacular, Christmas in Paris.
All of the favorites you know and love are still here.
And Peter and the Wolf, with or without me narrating, perhaps. We'll see. Let me find
Wait
another
a second.
one here.
You only get one sheet of paper at a time.
Oh, you're right. Let me see if I can find this.
I feel like the game is rigged.
No, I found the mother lode here. Let me give you a little clue. See if you can figure out who this is. Who wants to talk about this concert? Felicia? Here, do you need the paper or do you know what it is?
Oh, I know what it is. I
thought we were pointing at different people.
Oh yeah, no, we could all tag team.
I'm willing to bet this little snippet of music is probably going to be on the concert.
Oh,
you would be correct.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we're bringing to Toledo.
Hang on, don't say it yet.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, now you can tell us.
Itzhak Perlman will be joining the TSO next season. This is one of our spotlight events, and this current season that we're in, we had Queen Latifah. We're doing the Star Wars at the Huntington Center. So for the 76th anniversary, what's difficult for orchestras to do is to follow a 75th anniversary season, but the programming is excellent, top notch, and I'm thrilled to bring Itzhak Perlman, and he will be performing all of your favorites from John Williams' film scores.
Yeah,
so very
probably
accessible.
That Schindler's List. That
For
probably.
Sure.
He's sort of been
definitely on that.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. Have you played with Itzhak Perlman before, Merlin?
Oh, absolutely. Actually,
he's been here before.
About 13 or 14 years ago, I actually picked him up from the airport.
Wow.
Yes.
How was he?
Oh, he was wonderful.
I understand you have an Itzhak Perlman story.
Yeah.
You got to share it for us?
Sure.
There's lots of stories.
So, along with...
that's the whole reason we're doing this podcast is to hear this story, right?
Yes, we booked Itzhak Perlman just so I could tell this story on the radio. So, we were waiting because he travels in a wheelchair or a scooter, and so when we were at the gate waiting for him to pick up his violin and so forth, and an airport employee beat us to the punch with the wheelchair, and he came off the plane holding his violin, a garment bag, a laptop bag, just like precariously perched on his lap. And we all rushed over to Itzhak Perlman. There was myself and a viola player from the orchestra at the time, Ellen Craig, and we greeted him and just, waxed effusive of how excited we were to have him here. And then after about 3 minutes, there was this pause, and then the airport employee was like, "So, you play the violin, huh?"
Oh, no.
What was his answer?
I do. And he was so polite the entire time. And then this employee who was the personification of, I'm not sure if you ever watched The Simpsons, but every single teenager in The Simpsons looks exactly the same. So this was the living personification of this Simpsons character. Then asked, "So, you're going to be playing with the Toledo Symphony, huh?"
He's hit the big time.
I know. And it
is the big time.
It is totally the big time. And then Itzhak Perlman was like, I am. "So are you going to be in the orchestra, or are you doing a solo?" And they said, and he was so gracious. He was like, "Well, they are actually, paying me to be in front of the orchestra this time." And he's like, "Oh, you must be very nervous."
Oh, that's sweet.
And I'm not sure if you've been in the Detroit airport terminal recently, but I had no idea how long that walk was. It was like 25 minutes of these sorts of questions. Do you play any other instrument or you just do the violin? Was one that I remember.
If you pick him up again next year, let me come along. I want to be there, definitely, for that.
It was so funny because he now is very different, like much, he has his artist's rider is relatively modest, but at that point, I remember vividly trying to get a stretch limo through a Boston Market drive-in. And it did not work, and we had to back out of the drive-in to get a rotisserie
you were driving,
chicken.
Or
No,
you were directing? No. You were navigating.
I was busy trying to hide my embarrassment as we had to back out of a drive-in with a stretched limo trying to get a rotisserie chicken.
Did you make everyone else back up? Because it's
Yes,
probably one of those drive-thrus where
Exactly.
they build it so you can't get out.
Oh, it was
yeah.
it was
Wow.
quite the moment. So
Put up the spikes and your tires get popped. Sorry.
So it was already a memorable visit before he even before he was even on stage. So,
Aw.
yeah, so I
That's
can't wait for him to
amazing.
come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Return appearance. I guess he did a good job last time they asked him back.
Yes.
Something like that, yes.
Good to hear. Let's move on.
I think
Roman.
obviously it has to be Felicia who has to follow
Yeah,
that.
pass it over to Felicia. She
Oh,
can,
man.
even though you got the talk. Now, don't pick and
This
choose.
is-
Just grab one. No, that's
Okay, that's
our
the same
promo.
one.
Did you put
Sorry, I guess I put it back in. I didn't mean to do that. Hey, I'm multitasking over here. What do you got?
So this is the first half of the Masterworks series. So we are in the month of October, and we're doing this this light classics program that is just going to be very funny and really enjoyable for everybody.
You mean like funny haha or funny weird?
both?
funny, both, everything,
Totally both.
all of the above.
Totally both.
Okay, well, explain that for us. What do you mean?
So this is Lemony Snicket's "The Composer Is Dead." So it's a kind of a
I
who
see where
did
you're
it.
going now.
Yeah, yes. And we have a lot of audience favorites: The Barber of Seville, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Night on Bald Mountain.
With the Toledo Youth Orchestra.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
and a piece written by Michael Dougherty about Liberace.
Oh, I love that piece. Yeah, I played it on the radio.
It's a good piece.
Quite
Huh?
a-
It is, yeah. And then in November, we bring back Julian Schwartz, who premiered the Lieberman Cello Concerto.
Yeah.
He will be playing the Dvorak's Cello Concerto here. And we open with the Moldau, beautiful, beautiful piece, and Mississippi River Suite by Florence Price.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a lot of time left. Let's, Merwin, why don't you go ahead
wait,
and
but I have
spelunk
one
your
more.
way through the... Oh, you have one more?
Oh, yes, I
okay.
must
This is-
speak about this.
Oh, please.
It's
Please
okay.
go ahead.
I'll just sit back here. I'll
And
take a
scoot
back
your way
seat.
all the way back to the corner? No.
That's okay.
No.
All right.
So Olga Kern will be joining us
All right, yeah,
on
we-
this
we don't
series
wanna
as
miss her.
well. No, definitely not. International superstar pianist, Van Cliburn winner, and she will be performing Rachmaninoff's Third.
Okay.
On a wonderful program with Jennifer Higdon's Concerto for Orchestra.
Oh,
Yes,
great.
yes.
You know,
So, Merwin, you've got one last one.
I have two last
Pick
ones.
carefully.
Do I have? Oh, okay. Well,
ahead.
our wonderful chamber series is something that it's really a collaborative endeavor, not just in the performance, but also in the programming. We are taking some great pieces that musicians have suggested and are kind of putting them together. I think in this case, they're very thematically programmed, and I'm really, really excited. There's one particular program that will just reheat winter. I mean, like in the middle of January, we'll be kind of taking an Argentinian detour with Piazzolla's L'Histoire du Tango and Golyov's The Dreams and Prayers of Isaac the Blind, which is just
Yeah.
a sensational piece for clarinet and string quartet. There's an entire program dedicated to the great chamber works of Brahms, and so some wonderful, wonderful pieces on the chamber
Well, those
series.
chamber concerts are always wonderful, and you always get a good crowd, and people really enjoy the fact that they can come and sort of, imbibe a little bit and have a relaxed atmosphere to enjoy what is really fantastic music and fantastic programming. Elaine, we'll give you the last word if you have something that you want to talk about as well.
Yep, there's one piece of paper left. So,
We'll give it to you.
Thank you. So it's our Mozart in the Afternoon series. So I'm very happy I get to talk about
You
that
don't
one.
know how tempted I was to bring out that Afternoon Delight music again for this, but I'd erred on the side of caution.
Good choice. So
But we could bring this up.
Oh, yes.
Again. Yeah. There we go. Now we're set.
Wolfie and the Boys.
Yeah.
So next year we have the concert with the 3 Bs, but not all the Bs we think. The Bach, of course. We don't play enough Bach, so we're bringing more Bach in our program.
Bach, Beethoven, and Brad.
Bach, Bizet, and Beethoven.
Bizet.
Yeah,
Bizet Symphony is incredibly difficult for the violins.
Are
It's
you
incredibly
talking about
challenging.
Symphony in C?
Yep,
Yes,
Symphony in C.
Which he was like 5 years old when he wrote it.
He was not really. He was like 14.
he was very
It
young,
was
yeah.
ridiculous, yeah. And Beethoven's third piano concerto with Charles Richard Hamelin. And Charles Richard was the silver medal winner at the last Chopin competition in Warsaw.
Oh, okay.
So he's a really big deal. I'm very happy we can have him for this. We have symphonic surprises with, of course, Haydn's Surprise Symphony. And something surprising right after. We play Stravinsky Dumbarton Oaks. And to finish, we play Mozart 40. And one thing that I had so many, I think from the first week I was here as music director, the woodwinds, the winds and the brass and the orchestra kept coming to me. We want to do the Mozart Grand Partita. It's been forever. We don't play this. I build a program around the wind of the orchestra. So usually it's very string heavy, those programs, Mozart in the afternoon program. This one, Strauss and his idol. So basically it's Richard Strauss and his idol was Mozart. And it's only the woodwinds of the orchestra. So no strings for that program. Except that
The
they come and see
parties
the
we're
show.
going to plan.
Those strings allowed.
Oh no, we're counting attendance in the worksheet. But, so we have 2 early works of Richard Strauss and Mozart Grand Partita. And Mozart Grand Partita is one of those works that people know very well, but they don't know that they know it. For example,
they just know the adagio.
yeah,
right?
well, yeah. If you watch the movie Amadeus, where does that note come from? That's solitary,
Right.
and that's of course the oboe note from that. And to finish our series with Mozart Le Noir, which is a great tribute to Chevalier de Saint-Georges, which was not equivalent of Mozart, but as popular in France, in Paris.
Well, they called him Le Mozart Noir, or the Black Mozart,
Exactly.
basically, because he was of African descent.
Yes.
He was also a swashbuckler.
I think he was not. I mean, he was a fencer of incredible renown.
But swashbuckler sounds so much more romantic, don't you think?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
Sure.
I mean, Alain, would you rather be a swashbuckling conductor or a fencing conductor?
Fencing. Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Well,
So I
Well, like that didn't
so I
go
can
well.
conduct more Saint-Georges,
So you're doing, what are you doing with the Chevalier?
So the thing about Chevalier Saint-Georges is he was a great composer and a great violinist, which brings him even closer to Mozart. So we're doing one of his really great violin concerto, and we're doing his first symphony. And on the same program, the Mozart's participation will be his Paris Symphony. So we have the link between Paris being in Mozart and the Mozart Noir. Anyway, we're very happy. This is one series that's very... you have the chamber music series where we have, a quintet and all of those. And then we go a little bit bigger where we go to the Valentine's Theater where we are this year. And we're still there for the next series. And so then the core of the orchestra, really the chamber music series. And then the Mozart series, and then we'll go to Masterworks and Pops.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, if people want to check this out and spend a little more time than what we've spent looking and exploring the season, is it posted on the website
Yes,
now at Toledo?
ToledoSymphony.com/listen up.
Listen up.
Oh, yeah.
One word, listen up.
Yes.
ToledoSymphony.com/listen up. Also, if they would just want to talk to somebody at the box office and pick up pick up their subscription for next year, 419-246-8000. My thanks to everybody for joining me today, Alain Trudel, Merwin Sue, and Felicia Canny. This program is a production of WGTE Public Media in collaboration with our sponsor, the Toledo Symphony. You can download episodes of this program as a podcast by going to our website at wgte.org/lab. You can also subscribe to us through your podcast app of choice, including Apple and Google Podcasts. I'm Brad Cresswell, and you've been listening to Toledo Symphony Lab on FM 91.